Hello everyone, welcome back to a World of Warship Blitz video, and today's video features the Hill, which is a Tier 5 premium US destroyer that is available currently through the Blitz Pass. So that seems to be the way to get hold of Tier 5 premiums. So the Exeter was one of those. Oh, okay then. Yeah, the Shenyang. Well, but anyway, the Hill. So it may be that Blitz Pass is away. There's the entry point for new Tier 5s premiums. Anyway, the Hill is, as a destroyer, is actually quite an interesting ship. It's got a few differences from the normal US destroyer at this tier. So it does have smoke. It has two of them. Now these smokes operate a little bit differently from the other smokes that you have with the Royal Navy cruisers and, you know, the other destroyers like the Farragut. This smoke's very short-lived, but stays with the ship, so it generates fast enough that even at full speed, the ship will stay in the smoke. It also comes with three triple mounted torpedo tubes, 2 shoulder mounted, 1 centerline mounted. Now that's actually quite effective. Means it's a bit like the Mahan. You still get, it's not like the Nicholas, I suppose, which has 2 sets of 3 on each side. But still, they reload for it relatively quickly. So he's going for that Phoenix. You can see how the smoke is travelling with him. It's only lasted about 10 seconds or so, and the smoke has expired. That Phoenix is definitely looking the wrong way around, and basically he gets himself a first strike. Nice to see. Now that Emile Bertin is busy, doing French cruiser stuff. He's pretty close to that Clemson and that Phoenix. Looks like it might be a little bit of cruiser on cruiser action there. The Emile Bertin, I would probably use it more distance. It is my memory of that ship, as it is quite fragile, although it has good guns and very long range torpedoes. Not very good spread on the torpedoes, so at long range you tend to maybe hit with 1 or 2. But still, it's a ship I'd be using at range. He's doing extremely well, facing off against a Clemson and a Phoenix. At that sort of range. Actually, the Phoenix had other problems. A Koenig took him out. So that Koenig has been, that Koenig we'll see later on in the match. That Koenig is very much doing a defend the base, which can work, but if it splits your team, it may not be the right thing to do. That Clemson's in a bit of trouble now because he had full health before, but he's basically going to rocket past that Emile Bertin. The Emile Bertin is obviously not preset as torpedo tubes and had to take a shot from behind. And here come the torpedoes. The Clemson gets out of there, which is just as well for him. So Abaddon in the Hill has fired a brace of torpedoes at the New York. That New York has, he hasn't made enough course corrections, to be honest. And it looks like he's going to take 6 torpedoes, which adds to 5 hits that he's already got, taking him up to 11 torpedo hits. Now, I'd need to check the stats of the ship, but I don't imagine that it's not got the same power as Japanese torpedoes, because 11 torpedo hits in a kamikaze would earn you a lot more than 33 from memory. A lot more than 33,000. So, yep. So he's buddying up with the Clemson, and they're going in for this New York. He's got a smoke, and he is lining this. Now this New York seems to have his guns facing the other side, so he's zooming in. Don't know what I know his guns are out this side. So what he's going to do is he's going to get close, and at about this point he pops a smoke. Obviously that leaves the New York unable to really respond effectively as he does his close part of his pass, and another 5 hits. One of those are streaked on by, but that tube out the other side, that set of tubes out the other side, well, 3 more hits takes the for a total of 19. Couple of shots, and takes down that New York. Now the Emile Bertin's directly behind him, pursuing. However, one of the things that Emile Bertin doesn't seem to be doing is shooting at him, which I'm going to have to say is a bit of a mistake on the part of the Emil Bertin. You always go for the closest destroyer, even if his torpedoes at this tier. The torpedoes don't take long to come back, and that's all that's required to get his third kill. So meanwhile, the enemy destroyer is quite happily down, mixing it up with the battleship, and Abaddon in the hill. He is having to make some decisions about what it is that he's going to do. So he starts heading off towards his friendly battleship to provide some cover from that destroyer, because it's 3-on-3. Next ship sunk will probably win the game. Up the north, they have a battleship versus a battleship and a carrier, but the carrier is obviously focused on this battleship across the map, which probably means that that battleship to the north is, well, in less trouble than he would have been. He fires his engine booster, trying to get into range. 17 seconds to go. Opens fire on the Koenig, and meanwhile the battleship up to the north took down the Langley, sealing the fate of the game with 6 seconds to go. Oh, back it goes, but they happen to have won just on points. Well, there we go. So that's the hill. Looks like a mighty interesting ship. Yeah, tier 5 premium American destroyer. Nice looking camouflage, great smoke, what looks like good speed, reasonable maneuverability, reasonable guns, and reasonable torpedoes. So generally a good all-round ship. I will have to do a stats review on it, but yeah, that may take a couple of days. In the meantime, there we go, first strike. What a great game. Iron Fortress, 60,000, 22 torpedo hits. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.